Hey, you know what? You ain't got to do nothing, Uncle Phil. Hey, you know, ain't like I'm still 5 years old, you know? Ain't like I'm gonna be sitting up every night asking my mom, when's Daddy coming home, you know? Who needs him? Hey, he wasn't there to teach me how to shoot my first basket, but I learned, didn't I? Hey, I got pretty damn good at it too, didn't I, Uncle Phil?
You did.
Got through my first day without him, right? I learned how to drive, I learned how to shave, I learned how to fight without him. I had 14 great birthdays without him. He never even sent me a damn card. To hell with him!
Let me ask you something. What does it do to a child when the man they're wired to look up to walks away? Physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, just gone. Today's episode is heavy, but it's necessary. We're talking about presence, not just being there, but being there. Because the truth is, a man's absence doesn't just create silence in a home. It creates questions. It creates doubt. And sometimes it creates wounds that a child carries into adulthood. There's a moment in this video that hits hard. A young man trying to act like he doesn't care, trying to laugh it off. But underneath all of that, he's asking a question he may never say out loud. Why wasn't I enough for you to stay? And that right there, that question, it echoes, not for a day, not for a week, but for years.
Lou, if you walk out of Will's life now, don't you ever come back.
Sit down.
I ain't got time for no lecture.
I said sit down, Lou. You know, Will was doing just fine until you showed up. But now that you're back, you have responsibilities to him.
Look, we're still gonna take the trip.
Oh, bull! Bull! Will is not a coat that you hang in the closet, then pick it up when you're ready to wear it. His life goes on. He's not supposed to be here for you. You're supposed to be here for him.
Presence is not optional. Let's be clear about something. Being a father is not just biological, it's intentional. It's waking up every day and deciding, I'm going to show up, even when it's hard. Because your presence does something powerful. It gives your child identity. It gives them security. It gives them a standard. When you're there consistently, your child doesn't have to guess their worth. They see it reflected back in your time, your effort, your attention.
Get off my back! You think I want this? It just happened! Now, when Will was a baby, I was scared.
Cut the crap, all right? Cut it! Because I've been there. But I didn't run out on my family. I was there every day for them because that's what a man does.
Fine, Philip. You win. You the man. You a better man than me. You happy?
Now let's talk about the other side, because absence doesn't just leave a gap, it creates damage. A child without a present father often grows up with unanswered questions. Why didn't he want me? Distorted self-worth. Maybe I'm not enough. Emotional walls, built to protect but hard to tear down later. And here's the part we don't always talk about. That pain doesn't stay in childhood. It shows up in relationships. It shows up in decision-making. It shows up in how they see themselves as men, or how they trust men at all. Absence teaches lessons too, just not the ones we want.
Now, you gonna tell Will or not?
I'm not going to do your dirty work for you.
Fine. I'll call him from the road.
Yeah, then why don't you do that?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Daddy-o! What's up?
Will, man, I'm glad you're here. Some business came up I gotta handle. So we're gonna have to put our trip on hold. You understand?
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Just for a couple of weeks.
I understand.
Yeah, maybe a little longer.
Yeah, whatever.
Look, I'll call you next week and we'll iron out the details. Okay?
Yeah.
It was great seeing you, son.
You too, Lou.
Yeah,
Men, we have to do better. This isn't about shame. This is about responsibility. Because every man listening right now has a choice to repeat what was done to him or to break that cycle. Your child doesn't need perfection. They don't need you to have all the answers, but they do need you to stay, to be present when it's inconvenient, to listen when you're tired, to show up when it's uncomfortable. Because one day, your child will remember not what you bought them, not what you said occasionally, but whether you were there.
I'm sorry, Will.
You know what? Actually, this works out better for me. You know, the Slimmies of summer come to class wearing next to nothing. You know what I'm
Will,
saying?
it's all right to be angry.
Hey, why should I be mad? I'm saying at least he said goodbye this time. I just wish I hadn't wasted my money buying this stupid present.
I'm sorry. If there was something that I
Hey,
could
you know
do-
what? You ain't got to do nothing, Uncle Phil. Hey, ain't like I'm still 5 years old, you know? Ain't like I'm gonna be sitting up every night asking my mom, when's daddy coming home, you know? Who needs him? Hey, he wasn't there to teach me how to shoot my first basket, but I learned, didn't I? Hey, I got pretty damn good at it too, didn't I,
Yeah,
Uncle Phil?
you did.
Got through my first date without him, right? I learned how to drive, I learned how to shave, I learned how to fight without him. I had 14 great birthdays without him. He never even sent me a damn card. To hell with him! I ain't need him then and I don't need him now.
Will.
Nah, you know what, Uncle Phil? I'm gonna get through college without him. I'm gonna get a great job without him. I'm gonna marry me a beautiful honey, and I'm having me a whole bunch of kids. I'm gonna be a better father than he ever was. And I sure as hell don't need him for that, because ain't a damn thing he could ever teach me about how to love my kids. How come he don't want me, man?
Let's bring this down to real life. Presence looks like sitting down and actually talking to your kids, being at the games, the recitals, the small moments, checking in, not just on what they're doing, but how they're feeling, being consistent, not just when it's convenient, and most importantly, it looks like staying. Even when life gets hard, even when relationships get complicated, even when you feel like you're not getting it right, stay anyway. Because that moment in the video, that pain, that doesn't have to be your child's story. To every father listening, you matter more than you realize. Your presence carries weight. Your consistency builds confidence. Your love shapes lives. So don't underestimate what it means to just be there. Stay. Thank you for joining me today. If this message hit you, share it with another man who needs to hear it. And as always, we're not just talking about manhood, we're living it.